Forgot who killed Taki and Hifumi, bro. Let's get this shit. Let's get this shit. Everyone had heard Monokuma's proclamation, and they were gathered by the red door. Since we were all there,
Monokuma appears!
there's two of this. Bro, no, we're not doing. He's multiplied? Nope, not multiplication, just looks that way because of an illusion. Moving so fast, it looks like I've multiplied. Kihihi, can you guys tell which one is a real Monokuma? We should get onto the elevator already.
Tough crowd.
You're not playing along. Come on.
Stop talking.
I'm not here to play with you. Okay, fine.
Hey!
And if everyone's here and ready to go, please board the plane, train, elevator. See you guys down there.
Let's go.
Okay then, shall we?
Please!
Hold on, I'm not mentally prepared yet. And never be mentally prepared. You can't run away, hero. You're gonna pay for your sins. Told you I already didn't do it. For serious. That reminds me, did you ever find the other costume with a note? Well, no, but... How unfortunate. And you see, we are our culprit.
Hey.
Damn. This isn't the place to talk about it. Save your accusations for when we get to the courtroom.
That's right.
He's right. Let's get down there first, and the story can really begin. Yeah, good idea. That's right. I have to do it. Can't let whoever killed Hifumi and Taka get away with it. For everyone who's still alive, and for the two that lost their lives. The one who killed Hifumi and Taka, the one who killed two of our friends. The killer is one of us. Someone right here. The same thing. Let's get this shit, pussies! Took one last deep breath and exhale slowly. Began to walk toward the elevator. Once everyone was aboard, the doors closed on their own. The seal box began to move. Look how empty it is! Holy shit! The clunking elevator kept us company as we fell further and further down. There's no going back. So we settled all this, we couldn't go anywhere. Not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to a stop. The elevator door slid open, opening up to cruel fate. When I see all of you gathered together like this, I realize just how few there are left. This world of life is slowly reaching its climax. Only because of you. Why are you making us do such cruel things to each other? Did you really hate me so much? But I'm so cute.
Come on.
Stop goofing around and begin the trial. Don't rush me. Of course, I'm gonna start it. And if you're like, stay tuned for the action-packed clash out after the commercial break. I'd never hold out on you like that. Okay, let's begin. Get to your assigned seats. So, the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly perception, and a deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith. A deadly clash trial. I think Makoto really think he's spitting when you say that shit. That'd be pissing me off. Okay, so let's set our skills real quick. Definitely put that on. That's yep. Bam. Alright. All rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, to begin with...
We already know who did it.
Was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit. Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
I didn't. Someone knocked me out. I was asleep the whole time. I don't know anything about it.
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Who are you calling a murderer?
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it. And all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling. It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know.
Is Hiro really the killer? Or anything else to make that clear? How do you shoot again? Is it Y? Guess the hero's message.
Everything we found in your room.
Hold up.
The blueprint.
Hold up. Hold up. I have to. Alright. Holding down the right bumper. Stun on the best of the time. B's to hold. Okay. Weak spots when the character is talking. Yeah, okay, it's Y.
That you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff. It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
No, just hold on a second.
That was the only one. Okay. I mean, look at the blueprints. That handwriting is off of me. Yep.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints.
No, it's wrong.
I do remember that. That's he has
Are we
handwriting.
sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on. I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
So Makoto,
It's true.
are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
And he's
Just
not
saying we
the
just
only
can't-
one. I think Hiro's innocent as well.
Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit? Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
Your question is off to me.
Who was in the Robo-Justice suit?
So, been in that. It was Hiro.
I got it!
He was the only one that
Other than
fit. We
Hiro,
tried.
I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit, and we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hiro didn't do it.
It makes perfect sense. Hiro was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
What? Now that's a bold assumption. And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Of course. But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around!
All things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body. It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
They were...
I got it!
Yeah. So one more thing. The tart.
I got it!
Yep.
A dolly and a tarp, right? So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room, and then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that, up until then, was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there, and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there. But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly.
I didn't even notice that. I didn't even peep that.
Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body, am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
No, that's sound.
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body?
She's trying to gaslight
dolly
me?
was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room.
She's trying to say it could have been used for
It would be
Hafumi.
very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it
Or
not
not.
possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
Nigga, back me up!
There is no shame in being wrong. Nobody expects
Like, what the
much from
fuck?
you. We have all
Hey.
accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
I've never heard anyone sound so nice while being so mean, but maybe I can change your mind. I explained to them why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository. A new element has been added to shoot bullet time battles. Absolutely. Let's talk about reloading. Starting with the next bullet time battle, we're gonna add one more ingredient to the recipe. On the bottom of the screen underneath the tempo marker, you'll see your ammo count. But so now there hasn't been a limit on how much you destroy your opponent's statements, but from now on, just locking on and pressing the Y button won't be enough to handle them. Now it will cost you 1 bullet to destroy a single remark. So out of bullets, you can't destroy any more statements no matter how locked on you are. However, you can reload by pressing the X button. Just like locking on, you'll have to press the X button in time with the tempo marker. Basically just reminded that the X button now has a function along with the A button, Y buttons. You will automatically reload at the start of fever time and your ammo will not decrease. Oh, but if they set to gentle, you don't have to reload at all. In which case you can ignore everything I just said. Well then, good luck and have fun. What the fuck? All that shit went over my fucking head. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst.
Oh, it's just this shit.
Miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Do your worst. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool.
Oh my fucking god, she is doing my ass in.
Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. I cannot agree.
This should prove it. If you're asking for proof that the dolly moved, I have it right here. When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it. There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room. And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
This nigga here
Yeah,
pisses me
The
off.
subject of how Robo Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer.
Thank you. About time someone else had to
If
do
you
some
look
shit
back
but me.
on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
Look how the body was moved. It would be clear why the person in the suit couldn't have done it. What does he mean by that? What the fuck does he mean by that? That's weird. Robo Justice costume. Can I view the truth bullet?
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room.
Now, how do you... I know how to fucking...
And from there, the
Okay.
body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Did.
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over. Then you could pull
You're
it
wrong.
down,
No,
problem.
fuck!
So the killer just crouched down and carted the body off to the repository.
If you accept every, then you must realize that who...
Sorry, I don't think I realize anything.
It doesn't have any handles, so yeah, it can't bend over. It can't bend
As
over.
we know,
Taka was killed, and from there, the...
Yeah, the cop then loaded it up to the dolly.
Now,
keep in mind that
the dolly...
Well, yeah, all you have to...
No, it's wrong.
Talk to him before though.
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low.
I remember Makoto even
But
said
if
something
you were
about that.
wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember?
I'm blind as a bat in here. Can't even see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. Not to mention, until they can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yes.
forgot.
It'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
You can't do that. It's hard to take it off. Because...
I got it! I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember...
I know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help, please? Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself? I did make this stupid freaking thing. There's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. It looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. You don't really have a choice. Let's help him.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hero wasn't just making it up?
This beat is going crazy in my
Of course I
ear.
wasn't making it up.
If he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it.
True.
Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah, that's right.
So, it's really, really true that Robo-Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hero in the robot suit, correct?
No.
Correct.
wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took? You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo-Justice? If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that? Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
How did you get hurt? That guy hit me. What guy? Robo-Justice, or that's what I decided to call him just now.
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question. The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hero, without a doubt.
Yeah, that's gotta be right.
Hold on a second.
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it. Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility? Instead of seizing
Yes.
on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
Maybe.
What a pain in the ass!
I don't disagree,
No help.
but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
Maybe.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we can start with this morning.
Oh
Four
my
of us
god.
gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo-Justice. It also soon became clear that this same Robo-Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office,
What's wrong? I saw a shadow, something moving around at the top of the stairs.
When
I didn't really do
Celeste
that.
told
I
us
have it on
that,
auto.
we decided to split up and search the second floor. And soon after that,
I saw someone moving around on the third floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
Celeste, what's wrong? Those rather intense screams for someone like you. I saw him, that strange costumed man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. He was walking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
and then
Huh? What was that? It came from downstairs. It must have been the Fumi's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
at that point we decided to divide up into two groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement. I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the third floor to let the others know what had happened.
meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time, because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the three of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us, and she told us something very surprising.
Fumi's body had disappeared.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again.
This can't be happening. Are y'all hallucinating all this or something?
But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time,
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
I think that about covers it.
I see.
Yep.
The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated. It certainly
You ain't
seems to
lying.
me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation. And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
I think Taka's pretty straightforward. I'm interested in what happened to Taka. I want to uncover the truth of this case. I had to find them no matter what. Monokuma File 3.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
God, let me see this. Victims are Hifumi, Yamada, and Kiyotaka Ishimaru. Because of this feature is bullets to the head. I thought they were killed both with a similar weapon. Okay.
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say
Hey,
that?
maybe.
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
It was word numbered, but maybe they're using that order.
So, regarding Taka's death, I
Oh,
wonder
shit.
if or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes
Okay,
you
I
say
think
that?
it's.
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3.
While Taka's
Oh, hold up. Actually,
So it's obvious.
all right. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try this.
So, I wonder if he got, or perhaps it was after. We already know what order they were. Taka came last.
What makes you say
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
Okay, but
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in.
do we really know though?
No, it's wrong.
Do we really know though? Do we really know though? I knew it. These are only words
Hold
against
on.
it. That's crazy.
There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers. If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi? Okay then, let's see the proof.
Evidence that proves Taka was killed before Hifumi. Let's see what time. Oh, his stopwatch. The wristwatch. Can I get a fucking A, please? Thank you. Can I get a C? Can I get an H? Please?
Now I understand.
Now I understand.
I've got it. Taka's wristwatch.
So he got attacked at around 6 a.m.
See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer, because as of last night,
Oh, you keep us waiting. Yep, as he stared pointedly at his wristwatch. It's almost 7 o'clock, you know that? Bedtime for all the little boys and girls.
so if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
Damn.
Simple facts slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window.
Damn.
Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder.
But for Hifumi's.
All of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
That ugly ass scream, huh? What was that? They came from downstairs. Must have been Hifumi in the nurse's office. It's back. Come on, we have to go back.
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Except for Hiro and Kyoko. Then we all ran down to the nurse's office, and that's where we found his body.
That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
Not about
I
you.
know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on!
If that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
Don't just go making stuff up.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream. Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct? And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room.
Which was carted
That
off.
time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then!
She was
Even
knocked
if she could
out.
pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body. Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Besides, they didn't do either of them anyway.
In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
For now,
Yep.
we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
No one cared
That's
his
true.
big ass.
We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing. And according to what Celeste said,
Could I have gone for more than a minute or two, though? So then the killer was able to get in and move Fumi's body in that short amount of time? Seems so.
his body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and
There's
Tina
just no
took their
way.
eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
Right?
Oh, man, yeah! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
How?
What? How? If the dead body were to move itself.
That would make sense. That would make sense.
The dead body moved on its own?
No! Not another... ghost!
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is
Fumi was never dead
we
to
thought
begin.
Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
Yeah.
Alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
Yep.
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
perhaps he was simply playing dead.
That it isn't possible.
The idea that Hifumi was still alive, is it really possible? Could be. It's the one that makes the most sense, because no one carried his big ass up anywhere. Broken wristwatch. This definitely isn't the time. No, so this definitely isn't it. We're talking about Hifumi now.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No.
Yep.
It is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us.
That is true, though.
Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
The body's announcement was only made for minutes. We talked about it, we discovered at almost exactly the same time.
Are you
Maybe it
saying
is a
that
broken
when we
wristwatch.
first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Hold on, let me look at the broken wristwatch, because it has nothing to do... Yeah, when he was attacked.
And that is why the announcement was...
Are we really?
Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
No! Oh my god, thank you, because I meant to hold on that one.
Are you saying that when we first
Found Hifumi, there's a chance he was...
No.
It is Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely
You heard the body discovered. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
And that is... Are we really?
Maybe the announcement was intended to signal
someone else's
discovery.
Are you saying
that when we first found...
I'm assuming this is it?
No. It is Hifumi was dead.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovered.
Hifumi's dead found.
Is it?
No, it's wrong.
Talk to me. I don't really know, Makoto. Talk to me.
Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
I mean, oh, that is true. There were 3 people that probably saw Talk at the same time.
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Could have been a coincidence.
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
It had to be for Taka, because we know Taka's dead.
First of all,
Sure.
if 2 bodies had been found, there really should have been 2 announcements.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
What do you say,
Would do something
Monokuma?
like
Any comment?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty.
Because who saw Taka? It was Kuya, Toko, I think Sakura?
He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time.
Oh, for the first time,
Which
too.
means...
Oh, that's right, because when we saw... Because when we did see Hifumi again, we
even
got
if
another
find
broadcast.
the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Later on. Yep.
Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
The body discovery announcement. That's not the table when we first found each other. This office in the equipment room. The second time was when the bodies were rediscovered. Yup.
We heard it a second time in the repository when we rediscovered the 2 bodies.
Ding dong, ding dong. Nobody's been discovered. So by the time, which you may use however you might, the cash I will begin.
It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
And in reality, when the two dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet.
Yep.
Meaning, he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
What?
Oh, I know! Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
That is
Shut
the
up.
worst logic I have ever heard. But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body. Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing is pointless.
There has to be proof that shows Hifumi was still alive. I have to find it and show it to everyone. Like, what's the bullet? Hifumi's glasses. Oh, that is true. That's true because when we first found
Well,
him.
here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office. And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, other than the change in how it was positioned...
What?
Shoot!
No, because like other than how it was positioned.
Well, here's
Okay,
one
hold on.
thing we do know. The first time we found him, and then his body disappeared.
And the next time it was in the...
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being... Other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
Oh, I was just too early.
No,
My fault. No, that's wrong.
in fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository.
Oh, and you know what he did? He used that cloth.
His glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can.
Yep. Nurse's office was the cloth. Look, I'm already ahead of you, Makoto.
It was a glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear.
Why is it?
This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean. And the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right? And
Right.
whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
The character was Princess Piggles from Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
Princess
I see
fucking
your
Pickles.
point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
See?
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying is What exactly?
What I'm saying
The
is,
keep up.
the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
But why would they need to wipe that off to begin with if you got
Who would
transported?
benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
That's
Exactly.
a good point.
And it must have been him, right?
Yes, niggas, we've been fucking
so
saying.
let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
But then,
Yep.
if he was just pretending to be dead, what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
The fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those.
Yeah, we saw that on accident. Oh, you looking for a fucking
He figured if he
coin.
was gonna play dead, he should go all out. So he just dumped it everywhere. But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done. Oh, what an idiot.
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
Who Taka's corpse body was Hifumi.
I got it! It could only have been Hifumi.
Makes no
While we
sense.
were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also
Yep.
explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked?
Yeah.
After the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
And the
Yes.
repository door can only be locked from the inside.
He is alright. Yeah?
Which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
But
Damn.
that means he took part in the murders.
I just can't believe it.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
There's more?
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed. You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
Could it be? I think he's talking about the paper. No. The thing that Hifumi stole from Taka.
I got it!
Yeah.
You're talking
Because at
about
6
the note
it matches
Hifumi
up.
had hidden away,
It
aren't
matches
you?
up.
Hidden note?
That's right.
His pants.
We found it stuffed in his pants.
What? In his pants?
Junk.
Yes, his pants.
Can we get off this nigga's pants,
Okay,
please?
well, forget about the pants for now. Take a look at what the note says.
On the whole, maybe we can use to escape. One thing we can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m.
That's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go.
But this one's different.
Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
This is the Taka guy.
Same?
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro. And that person could only have been...
Wait, hold up. What?
I got it!
Yeah, it was
That's
Taka.
right! Taka!
Yeah, the note
The
was
killer
Taka.
used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
And murder him. Yep.
Hello, over here! Objection! Objection!
Why
I
are
don't really
you
understand
objecting?
what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy!
Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right?
Ugh! Yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
Dude, look at her tongue. Her shit can twirl. Man, that is seriously scary, but still, can let her get to me. Nigga, she not gonna get to me. What the fuck? Broken wristwatch. What? Ever since then, I can only have one. How do you switch?
Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m.
The time doesn't matter!
Time does
The
matter.
note has nothing to do with TikTok!
I think this is it.
No,
Yep.
it's wrong.
No, that's wrong. Talk to him, Makoto.
No, there absolutely is a connection.
Because it was at 6 a.m. So when he got there, he got his ass did in, and the shit broke. The shit broke at 6 a.m. when they met. And of course, you know, he's punctual because he's like the moral compass or some shit. So of course he's gonna be there on time. Come on now.
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. We've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that... No further objections!
Someone used that note to trick Taka. Just the same as me.
Yeah.
The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they found a way out.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it?
I mean, he was in on it.
Down
That
his
is a good
pants,
question.
no less.
Most likely, Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
Probably to, I don't know.
He stole it?
Yeah, because the
Where's
scrap
your
of paper
Go ahead, show us.
on Taka's, Taka's hand. Yep. Because I was thinking. Oh.
I got it!
I was thinking,
When I
like, what if
searched
you mashed
Taka's
it
body,
you up?
I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper. If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yup, they're from the same piece of paper.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There's only one way to explain it.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from its death grip, leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right?
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
You tried to hide it.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa. Yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure. In fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still alive.
Nigga,
Sorry,
he's dead.
no. When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead. The second body discovery announcement proves that.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
He was killed in the repository, so he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together. Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus! Who are you calling a walrus?
Yeah, step up.
When they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
Alright, talk then, nappy-headed ass nigga.
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
I think I know what it is.
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right? So if Hifumi was killed in the repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it. But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
I was thinking the exact same
Yeah,
thing, bro.
it's packed in there good and tight.
Yeah.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally, I haven't a clue.
So
I do.
which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Nigga, we could forget about
Those
the
were
numberings,
accounted
honestly.
for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Then,
Is it not
Nigga.
possible they used a different weapon?
No, because it's the same type
I
of
think it
weapon.
is possible.
Dipshit.
They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
So
Yep.
then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
Well, those actually used to kill Hifumi. Just on this case won't become clear until that's figured out. I don't know how I have to find the truth. It's the one that was wet, Makoto. Come on now. The one that was on the wall. Spot. Yep, there you go. Nigga, you know it. You know it, bro. You know it. Come on now.
What was used to
I even
kill
said it.
Hifumi? Was it Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
It's true.
sounds like a Justice Hammer 5! Make it disappear!
Oh shit, that's right. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. My fault. 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 My fault.
What was used to kill
I don't know. I'm just so anxious, bro. I just want to get it right, bro, because I know it.
How did nobody witness? Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make it. Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info.
Well, one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had the Justice Hammer.
I think it's...
No, it's wrong.
It wasn't. That's right.
The murder weapon wasn't a Justice Hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
But, seriously? A different weapon?
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi.
Can I pause? I gotta piss. I'll be back. Back in this bitch. Back in this bitch. Alright, let's go.
Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean. And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
They could have just used those and just wrapped it with something, but I don't know.
That's true. That would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
Whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him.
Hold on a minute. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him. The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder. So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
We talk about how there wouldn't be any reason for anyone else to work together. This is when we thought of this first, but... Spotless hammer. So this isn't it. This isn't it. I have to do the shits.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
No, go back!
Based on the rule, even if more than one, only the one who actually, assuming the rule holds true. That is, but that only really applies in this case.
There were two murders.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder,
Only the one who actually carried out, assuming the rule holds true.
No, it's wrong.
There were two murders. There were two murders. I didn't even think about that. Hifumi killed Taka, and then
Since
whoever
there were
killed...
two murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in a scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders.
There were just two murders
Instead,
happening at the same
each
time.
person killed someone, creating two separate incidents. And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful. How could anyone be so cruel?
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
Odd. Yep. But to convince the two murders were at the same time, that was the main characteristic this time. So notice that from the very beginning. She said to now look at the series of connected events, but entirely separate incidents. Kyoko really is amazing, although, think about it, she's almost too amazing. It's almost unnatural how good at it she is.
I understand how an accomplice could be involved, but then who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's the murder.
Numero uno right now.
The true killer manipulated Hifumi to carry out a number of actions, and in the end murdered him. Debates up until now, but when the case is unfolded, to consider all that, there's really one person who seems to fit. Nigga, there is? Hold on. No, chill. Fuck, I can't. I don't know who. Me. Just kidding. Wait, I don't know what, I'm gonna just use someone else. Running your research. Huh? Just take a look at a second. Okay. That's very much in front of everyone. The true killer manipulated Hifumi to carry out a number of actions and in the end murdered him. In the base up to now, the way the cases has unfolded, when you consider all that, there's really one person who seems to fit. So who? Fuck, I don't know. I'm a hero? But it's not hero. It's not him. I don't know, bro. It's not him. It's, I knew it. No, that's what I'm saying. No. Shoot. Fuck, I don't know, my nigga. I don't know. I don't want to just go around just picking everybody. The true killer manipulated Hifumi to carry out a number of actions and in the end murdered him. Based up until now, the way the case has unfolded. Oh, I'm so fucking stupid. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Is it Celeste? Yes. I'm fucking stupid.
It was Celeste.
Because every single time something happened, she was the one that directed everything.
So I'm the suspicious individual now, am I? I really do hate this kind of joke.
A joke?
Joke?
I wonder.
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi. The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that shit-brained, that lazy, worthless goddamn idiot! Pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
There
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
What does Hifumi and Celeste had in common? The screaming. Yeah.
Shoot.
Oh. That's not it. Oh, well, fuck. Oh, encounter.
The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo-Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush. The adults are talking now.
Oh, you on dick. I'd beat the fuck out of you.
Sorry.
Don't, nigga, Makoto.
As he
You know what,
said,
Makoto? We'll
only
talk about this later.
Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual.
Nigga, you gonna take my words? I said beat the
If
fuck
we
out of you.
accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
I saw a shadow, something moving around at the top of the stairs.
We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen. Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
Celeste, what's wrong? I was rather intense screaming someone like you. I saw him, that strange costume man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. Blocking the stairs, he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
Huh? What was that? I'm sick and tired of hearing this shit, this same fucking scene again, bro. Came from downstairs, it must have been a Fumi in the nurse's office. It's bad, come on, we have to go back.
It was to get us to divide into two groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
And why don't we split into two groups? Now, the hunting party, that seems much more interesting. Your brother Makoto and Hina, you come with me to the nurse's office. I'll lead to capture the suspicious individual, Totoko, Byakuya, and Sakura.
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected. And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on. That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we're on the third floor, everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead,
Certainly was not expecting this. I'd imagine that Fumi would be murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered.
I mean, but like, we really can't use that because we all thought he got murdered.
You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
That's not really good, Makoto.
I don't believe it. Everything, the whole thing was one big act.
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kind of sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait! Then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Do not say that Makoto couldn't find it.
Did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
Don't you fucking say it.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
Must be really enjoying this. See, I knew it! I knew it! Enjoying the sight of us standing around frightened and confused. We're all gonna die here. Gonna die just like those other guys died.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about it.
Cause think about it, Celeste was the one that says we just need to accept the fact that
Then
we're
pay
all
attention.
here.
Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed, so Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the four of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead.
Oh, but she said, it's
Think about
those.
it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't really get what it means.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
So that doesn't make sense. What is he alluding to? Monokuma File 3. I don't think this is it. So let's see.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died.
Those guys died.
That is
Yup.
all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it, what was so strange about Celeste's comment?
I think this is it. So strange, and then you use those. Okay.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are
How's
all
that?
going to die. We are going to die.
Just like
No.
Yup. Grrpa. Talk to him.
That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died. When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Exactly.
That face.
And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
That is true. You're fucked.
You all
the
have
fuck?
such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Imaginations.
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took? How do you
That
explain
is
this
true.
picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
It has to be some kind of setup, right?
I mean, if that's the case, Hiro didn't. He didn't kill Hifumi, but he attacked him. But that, I mean,
So
that
let's
doesn't
put
really
the suit on.
do anything.
And then she used the camera's timer to set up the picture.
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit. Plus,
true.
I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away. If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
What could you possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
No, there is no other explanation.
Other explanations. It wasn't a picture of the subject dragging Hifumi away. And the other possibility is they've been drinking Hifumi is dragging the suspect away. What? They're not dancing.
I got it!
That's the only one that makes
It's not
sense.
a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility. The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around. And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Such a thing is utterly impossible.
Damn.
Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
Ooh, damn. Catfight. Let's think she can prove that there's no way Hifumi was dragging the suspect away. Is that really possible? More non-stop debates? Fuck you. Stop giving me 3 bullets, please. Rogers, the blueprints. I think that's.
Dressed me up in that suit after I passed out. Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight.
Hold up, what was it? Yasuhiro's message? Okay, we already used that one, the blueprints.
You tried to make me look like the bad guy.
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Then the fortune-telling idiot is the culprit after
You son of a bitch!
No way!
Remember right, Hina said either that she couldn't bend at the waist.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out. Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight. You tried to make me look like the bad guy.
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way
Stand up.
straight like that.
No, it's wrong.
Yeah.
No. Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that.
Because they can't bend at the waist.
Because that Robo-Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
They can't bend at the waist. It's like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
She forgot already?
I'm
We
not
literally talked
so
about this shit
sure
earlier.
that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Oh, she did it.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
Checkmate! Oh god. He's gonna go insane. Yep.
Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate?
Oh my god. Those eyes.
Celeste?
That's not Celeste no more,
You
girl.
want to cram me into your little guilty box? Well, there's one little problem. Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
was it? Who attacked you? Who tried to kill you? Who killed me? That's right, I remember their name. Hiro.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not? He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro. In other words,
It's true.
Yasuhiro Hagakure!
Wait, but my name isn't really Yasuhiro. It's actually Taro.
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
He did say Yasuhiro, but are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
My last name.
I got it! That's
I don't
right.
know.
Our last names.
Oh, that is
He
true.
called us all by our last names.
That is true. He called me
Exactly.
Naegi.
I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example. So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name. Indecent?
Don't talk.
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation? No,
I mean,
there's
yeah.
no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal. But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So
Right.
Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to. And that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
That is true.
What did you just say?
You heard me.
You take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit! Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather. Yasuhiro is a loser's name. Do I look like a loser to you? Well, do I?
You look like a fucking freak.
I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Not gonna lie, she could make up some bullshit ass right name right now, Makoto.
Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up!
Wide open.
Is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
So we give up. So then make her accept it. Accept it! Not gonna lie, this is a long ass trial. I ain't gonna lie to you, twin. E-handbook. It's probably, I think it's the handbook. I think it's the handbook.
Tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name,
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
how many times do I have to tell you? My name is Celestia Ludenberg! God damn it!
Why is it upside down?
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not
Yeah, what-
pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to
Cap, nigga, cap.
No.
Show us your e-handbook. Show us your e-handbook, nigga. Show us your e-handbook.
That's it. The handbook.
Gotta tell you your true name.
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before.
I don't remember him saying that. I just figured that's what it would do. This handbook is absolutely vital to the healthy school life, so don't lose it. You start it up, it will display your name. Always make sure you have the right one. Now, this is not your everyday notebook. It has so many uses than that.
So all we have to
More
do is check her
uses.
handbook, and that'll clear up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
It's life or death. So you have no
Celeste.
choice.
Can you please just tell us what really happened?
But I mean, like, even if she,
Please, just
she's
tell
caught,
us.
bro. Cause like, if she wasn't the murderer, she'd say, okay, here, you know.
Even
She did it.
when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because,
So she's admitted to it.
Because-
Admit to it.
because, until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
I legit that's what she was gonna fucking
Fine,
say,
then.
bro.
Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and shed light on all your crimes. And that'll
my
bring
nigga, not gonna
everything
lie.
to an end.
I'm not gonna lie, Makoto. I'm gonna fuck up on this one. I'm gonna fuck up on this one. I'm gonna fuck up on this one, bro. In this case, how did the killer recruit the accomplice? Was it seduction? Why the fuck is this here? Seduction? No. What the fuck? I have no idea. That's the one that makes sense. What time did the killer call their victim to the rec room? Who was it when the killer summoned? Who was it that the killer summoned first? It was. They knocked him out. They stuffed him in the robo suit just to falsify the evidence. And they used a certain item to do it. Huh? Oh. No. What? They knocked him out and stuffed him in the robo suit to falsify their evidence. And they used a certain item to do it. Am I not looking at everything? I am. What time was Stock supposed to head to the... What? Oh. Just remember that was used to kill Taka. What number was it? Fuck, what number was it? I don't remember. I don't remember which number killed Taka. I guess it would be 2? No, it was 3. I think it was 3. Library who used something to debate the existence of a shadowy criminal. Bro, what? I have no fucking clue. Justice Hammer was used in the nurse's office when Hifumi was pretending to be dead. What's it? I think it was 4. We used something to move Sokka's body. Okay, that's him pushing. think I got it. I fucked up, bro. I fucked up.
The killer is
I fucked up,
you.
bro. This is not it. This isn't it. This isn't it. I fucked up already.
Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the
murder that person was. Yeah, that was wrong. I need to rearrange the events of this kid. Events of this kid. It gotta be this. No. It can't be. What the fuck? What the fuck is it? No, this. Oh my fucking god.
The killer is you. Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was...
Okay.
Hifumi. With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes. First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning. That someone they met with was Hiro. The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit. Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo-Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker. And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room.
No, I got it wrong. It was 4.
And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder.
Knew it. Oh my god, I only have 3 hearts left. Oh my fucking god. It was 4. It was 4. Four's back here. Okay, hold on. Alright, let me think about this. It had to be 3. Because
exactly
it... Okay.
what happened. And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder. The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks,
Fuck, I got it wrong
the killers
again.
pretended to be the victims to solidify Robo-Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1 and the Robo-Justice pictures they'd taken. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2 and an injured Hifumi to sell us that story. With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds that the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that. But
I got it right. Holy shit.
While we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for. He took a blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3 and turned the room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered. He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi. We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office. And once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room. He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared. But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act. Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them. And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the villain behind it all is...
What is this dramatic ass anime opening type shit is this?
Celeste.
What the fuck is...
Sorry, you lose.
My nigga, this is not no fucking card game, Makoto. This is life or death. This nigga saying sorry, you lose. So what the fuck is that? Damn, the ultimate gambler losing? That's crazy.
When was the last time I was forced to utter such words? They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it?
My bad.
You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor. I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no. Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Damn, she gave up.
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Interesting.
She gave up. Holy shit. Give it to me. A. Yeah. Got an A. Fuck with a kid. 97 medals.
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin.
Damn.
Or, no. I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
Some people say death is only the
It is
beginning.
indeed the moment we've all
think.
been waiting for. Time to vote.
Do you think she said that? Am I,
Okay.
or am I just
If
thinking
you
of something
would,
else?
please locate your lever and cast your vote. And when the votes are tallied, who will become the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Celeste Ludenberg. Or Takeo Yasuhiro? Whatever her name was. basically a formality at this point, but once again, you got her totally correct. Back in the sign, the true killer who devised the whole stinking scheme was Celestia Ludenberg, or more precisely, Takeya Yasuhiro.
Honestly.
I lost. Well, that sucks. Guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. Fumi's ineptitude was beyond all my calculations. See, you did reproach Fumi with this plan. How'd you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would happily agree to commit murder. I'm trying to see what her specialty. Lying. My specialty? Don't make me laugh. I didn't have to lie to get him to agree. Then did you use, you know... I knew you figured it out, Kyoko. You're absolutely right. To get Fumi to act as my accomplice, I used her. Everyone who's still left, I'll avoid mentioning it by name, but there's the one thing Kafumi and Taka were both super into. Does she mean what alter ego? What? What? What are you talking about? Don't interrupt. We're in the middle of a very important conversation here. Totally out of loop as usual. How sad. But you're the one that stole it? That's right.
I see.
You used to jack Kafumi to the plan you come up with. Right again. Last night, we had our meeting about how I disappeared. I paid Kafumi a little visit. What are you doing here? Hope I could talk to you. Alone. But well, it was stolen. I know who did it.
Are you okay with this?
It was Taka. He stole it.
So then...
And I have proof. Would you like to see it? As it turned out, I found a use for the digital camera. I've taken you know what to Taka's room early and took pictures of it there. I did the picture as soon as I showed it to Fumi, of course.
Damnation!
So it was him. How did he do it? She was supposed to yell if either of us got close to her. You're correct, which is why Taka forced me to steal it.
What?
As for me...
Please forgive me. He threatened me. He did?
For me...
Came to my room last night unannounced, and then it was hard for me to even say. He abused me. That's crazy. And he took pictures. He said if I did not do as he asked, he would show them to everyone. So I had no choice. Why would he show pictures?
Damnation!
Alright. It's a crime, an absolute crime. It really is, though. I knew he got a little crazy, but
What?
imagine you'd go that far. It was amazing how completely he bought it. I can't express how enjoyable that was. I'm gonna say something I've never said before in my life.
The unforgivable!
Oh! I'm going to kill him. I'm going to fucking kill him.
Most unfortunate.
Wait, please. If you go now, you'll be playing right into his hands. Huh?
Actually...
Taka's planning to use her to escape. He said he has made you his target. Escape? You don't mean... Taka's going to try and kill you.
Let go!
Indeed.
And also, you can keep her to himself.
This is unforgivable!
Bastard!
Completely unforgivable!
Bastard! Can we allow him to continue with these barbaric acts? Absolutely not. How could I?
I swear I will save her!
Actually...
Then would you like to join me? It just happens to come up with a plan. He devised a way to reclaim what he has stolen and escape this dreadful school. And with that, it is complete. What are you talking about? Oh, nothing. Flim agreed with that a second thought. The effect that Adam had on him was remarkable. Power of love, even a love as twisted as that, can still drive people mad, it would seem. You disgust me.
I see.
Another question for you. Was that strange costume Fumi's creation? Yeah, it was a real pain in the butt too. All I asked him to do was make something to hide the face and general body size. And then he makes something like that. But it's my fault for picking him in the first place. Why does he have to make me the suspect? Because you're stupid. That's it? I mean, shit. I mean, that's logic right there, mother. In that regard, I made the right choice. I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. Life must have been tough on your parents, though. I feel like I could cry. When you were explaining your plan to Fumi, how did you explain that part about him playing dead? What she's asking is, what was Fumi supposed to do after that, assuming you'd actually let him live?
Are you okay with this?
It's simple. He did his part and pretended to be dead once someone showed up. Told him to say he'd been seriously wounded, he was on the verge of death, but he just barely held on. Really believe that? Of course. It wasn't all there was to it. As I explained it to Fumi, the plan was, you were all questioning him about what had happened to him. I was going to murder someone else. At that point, Fumi would have an alibi so no one could doubt him. I told him that, and he believed it. It all seems very straightforward. Stereotypical. I just matched the lie to the level of the opponent. In fact, Fumi ate it up. Believed the lie wholeheartedly, right up until the moment of his death.
So in the end,
You had planned to kill him all along. But of course, there would have been no point to my plan if the one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself. How can human life mean so little to you? That's a non-issue. I simply did everything in my power to win.
Don't be mean.
Oh wait, you sound like
I
Byakuya.
wonder about that.
No, he derives his pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. In that aspect, we are nothing alike. Then what made you take things this far? Was it really just for money? Think about the $10 million Monokuma offered us. That is a lot of money, it's true. But that's not all there is to it. In that moment on New Life here again, my only thought has been to escape. All along you've been saying, oh, we have to accept living here.
Little bitch.
Obviously that was a lie, bitch.
Hey!
I couldn't take it. I hated it from day one. More than anyone else in here.
You little bitch.
I wanted to get out. Every day was fresh torture. Do you want to know why, huh?
This is
What the
fine.
fuck? Because I had a dream. Accepting a life here would have meant nothing less than giving up on my dream forever. And there was no way that I could ever do that. In the underground world of gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphorical
As
killing.
for me,
It was all for that dream. And what was that dream?
isn't
of
it
yours?
wonderful?
To live in a European castle. Castle? And to gather handsome men from all over the world to serve as my butlers / bodyguards. I was gonna make them dress up like vampires and satisfy my every need. Once I attained that, I would have created a perfectly aesthetic world of
This is
decadence. Then the rest of my life there was my only dream, my only goal. That's what life is all about. Combined with my own winnings, Monokuma's $10 million would have made that dream a reality. Got right to the edge,
There is
but
nothing to be done.
fortunately, my dream has been scattered to the wind. Still, I don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream to the very end, so why would I?
The worst.
Not so passionate, but really about to kill your own friends for it? Asking me to feel guilty? That's a pointless endeavor. Think nothing else sacrificing others for my own needs. I feel
Do
nothing.
you understand?
That's all there is to me. That's what makes me complete. Isn't it terrifying how different our values are? There's simply no room for understanding.
What is this?
That's what you should be saying, and plus, how can you be so calm? Don't you realize you're about to die? Why aren't you scared? My ability to lie is unraveled, and I take pride in that. It's not just other people. I can even fool my own emotions. The conscious derives with the unconscious. That's why you're not scared?
Yes, indeed.
That's right. I don't fear death. Kill me however you like. But you know, if I could be reincarnated, if I had a choice,
Isn't
then
it wonderful?
I think I'd like to come back as Maria Antoinette.
Hey,
You just get executed again. Celeste smiled then. What she did, looked to me like her poor efforts forced it. She claimed she could fool her own feelings, but that statement itself must have been her final lie. With that weak fake smile.
Thrills, chills, kills!
You all done? Okay, then let's get rolling. The black and disturb the peace and must pay the price.
I prepared a very special punishment.
For her, the ultimate
Let's
gambler.
give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this. What?
This is...
Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way. Which is why... Actually, it's not important. Well then, take care, everyone. Perhaps we'll meet again, in another life.
Damn. Maybe we will. Maybe. How's she about to die, though? Nigga, what the fuck? This cinematic ass death. Whoa. Yep, she's fucking dead, alright. That'll fucking do it. It's over. That's your reaction? That execution is over. Celeste's death is over. Celeste killed my friend, so I can't pity her, but I also can't deny that at one point I considered her a friend too. And for him just to come along and... Isn't it just awful? Someone couldn't cut free of their regrets in the outside world and just... So many people had to die. You guys are still young. You need to place more value on your lives.
What are you gonna do?
Jeez, and here I am. And here I thought you guys were gonna pass the torch of hope to the next generation.
let me out of here!
What do I care about hope? I'll throw it in the trash if you just let me out of here. You're all the embodiment of hope, whether you like it or not. It's my destiny to knock you down one by one. It's sad, yes, but the reality is, just can't be avoided. Don't talk like you're responsible. How long are you gonna make us keep going through this? What do you want from us? God, I'm so sick of people asking me that. Give it a rest already. So anyway, Kyoko, think it's some kind of key type object from Celeste.
Hey!
So, what's the deal with that?
What?
Huh? What's the
So
matter?
then,
I'll answer your question if you answer mine. What did you do? What did you do to me?
Ooh.
What? Answer me. What did you do to my body?
Ooh, how exciting.
Oh man, oh jeez. Oh man, oh jeez. What do you mean? What did I do? I have no idea. I don't know anything about it. What was that just now? Mastermind did something to Kyoko's body. What does that mean? Okay, things are getting kind of awkward. I think it's about time I get out of here. Meanwhile, you guys can go on enjoying your school life. If you get lonely, give me a shout. Not that I'll do anything about it, of course.
See ya later!
See ya! Malcolm disappeared, leaving all us depressed and in despair. Although it wasn't all despair. There was one small hope. Hey Kyoko, Monokuma mentioned it, but what's that key that Celeste gave you? Most likely, it's the key to one of the dressing room lockers. What? Then that means Celeste probably hid it in there. So sometimes it's easy to miss what's right beneath your nose. Well, then we better go check. Good idea. Good idea indeed. We left the courtroom and rushed to the dressing room. Alright.
Danganronpa.
That's the end. Oh my god, I can't believe Celeste did it. Holy shit. Damn, I can't believe it. Alright. That's crazy. It's crazy. Celeste did it. I'm not gonna lie, she was like the last person I suspect. But it doesn't matter. She's dead. She did it. Whatever. So anyways, catch y'all in the next.